I'm Patrick Bailey with iqless.com and also whiteboardcoder.com. Today is May 29th, 2016, and in this video I'm going to be going over how to buy a domain name, and I'm going to use it to set up some email accounts for my family. Now, why am I going through all this trouble? My wife and I recently decided to start homeschooling our kids, and so as part of all this, I figured they probably need an email account. They have a Gmail account at school and they use it, so I figured, why not set up a Gmail account at home? Now, I can't. It turns out if you're under the age of 13, you can't have a Gmail account. Now, there are legal reasons for that, and I'm not going to go into that. I didn't even really bother researching all of it. But basically, you can't have a free Gmail account if you're under the age of 13. I guess you could lie about it, but I really don't want to start homeschooling my kids with a lie, even if it's a little white lie. So what are my options? My options then are to go buy a domain name that I own and then connect that up with some email service and pay for it. And then I own the domain name. I own the emails. I can control them as an administrator, kind of like a company. And then I can hand those emails out to whoever I want, including my kids. So I'm the one responsible for it all. Not a problem. So that's why I have to go buy a domain name and then figure out what to connect it to. Now, there's a couple options on email services. I could use Gmail. I have a paid Gmail account right now, and I could use that. They charge you about $5 a month, and they do a real good job, and they give you extra tools. They kind of give you some Office-like tools, and you can do collaboration. It's pretty cool. But at this point, I don't really feel like paying, there's 4 of us. It's $20 a month. It's not bad, especially if you can use all the Office tools, but I'm kind of going, let's try if we can get a little cheaper. So I'm going to go try to find some other services to use and get it all connected up. And that's what this video is going to be about. Now, another option you could do, if you're a glutton for punishment, you could set up your own email server and use that. But I like to do a lot of things, set up servers. Set up an email server and maintaining it is not fun. I would not advise that unless you really want to learn how to do that. But anyway, so now, next, I'm going to try to explain how to buy a domain name. Buying a domain name. Now, buying a domain name is pretty easy. It's kind of fun. Can be. And basically, when you own a domain name, like the example that everyone uses, example.com. No one actually can own example.com because example.com is the example everyone can use freely and not mess someone up. So if I wanted to go buy example.com, I would go to some registrar, like GoDaddy, or things like that. I actually use GoDaddy mostly right now. And I would try to buy that name. So I could go in there and say, type in example.com or example.org or whatever I want and see if it's available. And if it's available, I could purchase it. And now when you purchase it, you're purchasing the rights to that domain to do with what you want. But you pay for it yearly. So, somewhere like $10, $12 a year. And some of the different subdomains, .com, .org, .edu, can cost a little different based on what they are. There's some rarer ones now that actually cost a lot. But they cost per year. So you own that, and most of them are set up to auto-renew. So once you buy it, it just auto-renews every year. And you don't have to worry about losing it if you auto-renew. The minute you don't auto-renew or pay for it every year, it kind of goes back into the pool, and another person can buy it. I've had that happen. I've had ideas before. It's like, oh, here's this cool domain name, and I'll buy it and sit on it for a year or two and go, I'm not using it, don't want it, and I'll throw it back in the pool. Because why pay for it if you're not going to use it? But now what I'm going to do, or I would suggest you do, is to get an Amazon Web Services account. Now, you may have heard of Amazon and the cloud and all this stuff. There's a lot of really cool tools in there that you can use, and we're going to use a few of them in this video. And now, currently, I should say recently, they added the ability to buy domain names from them. Now, I kind of like their setup. It seems pretty simple. I can kind of go in there and choose from most of the subdomains, and I can buy one. And I think it depends on which one it is. But I think .coms are $12 a year. But you buy it, and they'll just do all the auto-renew for you. It's very simple. There's no coupons. Like GoDaddy has a lot of coupons and all this stuff, and it can get a little bit cumbersome, I think. Both Amazon Web Services, you just buy it. It's a set price. I'm sure they may change from year to year, but they don't try to oh, hey, this was $20 a month ago, and now we got a coupon now. It's like steady. I kind of like that idea. But another reason I want to suggest using Amazon Web Services is you can actually pay a very little amount to use it, to set up a DNS, to use their DNS services. And we'll go into that later, but it's kind of important. But here, I'll put up a link here that will show a video I made showing how to create an Amazon Web Services account. Now, I was using that to program the Amazon Echo, but this video should be pretty simple enough that you can just use it just to set up your Amazon Web Services account. Now, the next video, I'm going to sit down here with my family, and we're actually going to go into Amazon Web Services and buy an actual domain name. So we'll show you how that works. Okay, now on to actually buying a domain name. Now, I mean, you could do this through GoDaddy, but I really like using Amazon services. So after you log in to your Amazon Web Services console, you can go down here to Route 53, and you click on that. And this is where you can buy and maintain domain names. They do a pretty good job. So I have a few over there right now. And the nice thing is they auto-renew it. They got it just set price. They do a good job. And now you could buy... Now here you can put in stuff. So you can put in example.com and that you could buy .coms. But in this case, my kids, since it's going to be for their homeschool email, they came with a good idea. So there are some other domain names. You could be .net, .org. There's .edu, but you can't be .edu for homeschooling because that's for actual institutions. But there is a .ninja. And so once we found .ninja... Well, I found .ninja. Once we found .ninja, and there you go. So there's .ninja. It's $18 a year, and you have to pay that every year, but Amazon will automatically do that for you. You don't have to maintain it. And my son, Corbin back here, came up with an idea. I said, what should we do for .ninja for our homeschool? And he came with got your back like a .ninja. That was all him. So we're going to stick this in here and see if we can get it. So got your back like a .ninja. So you would put in what you want, and then you check it to see if someone already has it. So someone may already have this. We'll see. So let's check.
I'll make a new one in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, if this doesn't work, we'll make the new one. Okay, let's check. Does anyone have it? It's checking. Checking. It is available!
Yes.
So we're excited. So
your son strikes again.
He struck gold. So got your back like a .ninja is available. And so we're going to add it to our cart.
It's like somebody's working this video. Takes it.
Okay, it's enough clapping, Kendall.
But I like clapping.
So it takes a little bit. Okay, is it in our cart? Or is it thinking? Oh, okay, scroll down a little bit. It added it to our cart. And I guess scroll down here and click continue. Okay, now I've registered things before, but if you haven't, what you have to do is you have to put all your information here. You can sometimes pay more and get them privatized, but why do that? So you would come in here, put all your information, usually just your personal information, because, you know, I'm buying it personally for us. So you'd put in your email contact, your phone, all that good stuff. And then... Oh, here you go. You can hide it. Hide contact information. Okay, I guess they can hide it. Sometimes they want to charge you more for that, but I don't know. Well, here, I'll hide it because I don't really want this one exposed. And if Amazon's not going to charge me for that feature, then hooray. And click continue. And review the details. Make sure everything's what it should be, that your name's in there, your email's in there, your home address and your phone. Now, if you move or change your address, you can always update this later, but it needs to be accurate as far as the domain name registration is concerned. And click you've read it, and complete purchase. And there's my subtotal, $18. And they'll renew it every year. It'll always be $18. Well, 5 years from now, the price might change, but they'll always renew it for you. Don't have to maintain it. And complete purchase. So there we go. So now we have it. And so the next steps, we got to do domain name registration. We got to set up all the email. And so I'll show you guys how to do that. But now I own a domain. So, well, I own several domains, but we own gotyourbacklikeaninja.com. that good?
Like a dot ninja.
Got your back like a dot ninja. Why'd I add .com? You're so used to saying .com. But anyway, got your back
Imagine
like a dot ninja.
Like www.com.
Well, you have to stick something in between. Anyway, so that's it for this
what
part.
What if the dot was the thing in between?
You could have DOT. Yeah, I'm sure someone owns that. www.dot.com. I'm sure someone owns that one. But anyway, that's it for this step, and we own got your back like a dot ninja.
Like a ninja.com.
Anyway. Okay, now you have a domain name, but that's all you've got. You've got no website, you've got no email, you just kind of own the rights of the domain name and what can be done with it, but currently we're not doing anything. Now the next thing you really need to set up is a domain name server. And I've got a graphic over here showing kind of how it works, but it can be a little confusing. So I'm going to draw here and kind of show what's going on with your computer and how domain name servers work. So if we've got a computer here, kind of redraw that graphic. So there's your computer. And what you want to do is you want to get a website over here. We'll make another server over here. Here's this server over here. And at this server, we have www.example.com. And it happens to live at the address 127001. You don't need to know all this stuff, but basically this name translates into this address. And this is actually where the physical server is located on the internet. So now, what you would like to do is you'd like to just go, hey, give me all your stuff, ask for it, and you get it, right? But there's a problem. Your computer does not know where this computer is. Not yet, if you're starting fresh. So what happens is you need a domain name server. So somewhere else, there's a domain name server. And all that domain name server does is it translates domains into addresses. So what you'll do is you'll come over here and you'll ask it, hey, where is www.example.com? Where example.com is the domain and the www is the subdomain. And if it already knows it, it'll just reply, hey, it's at 127.00.1. Because if it can cache, it'll keep a record of information. But if it doesn't know, what happens? Well, what can happen is you can have another DNS server further up the line. It could ask that one, hey, do you know? And if it knows, it'll send it back. But what if this one doesn't know? And so on and so forth. Eventually what happens is there's this root name server, which is the root name server of the entire internet. There's many big computers doing this. And so it says, hey, where is example.com? Now the root name server won't tell you where example.com is. That's not its job. Its job is to tell you what DNS server out there is in charge of that domain name. What domain name server is authoritative for that DNS server. So over here somewhere, there's another DNS server out in internet land. DNS. But this is the authoritative. And it's authoritative for example.com. So it says, oh, the authoritative one is this guy. And so he will tell this DNS server, the authoritative server is this one. Use this one to get the information you want. And so it'll come down here and ask it, hey, where is example.com? It'll say, hey, I'm authoritative, and here's the address. And it'll pass that information along. And then you get here, and then it comes through, and now everybody's happy. So you need this authoritative DNS server so everyone knows how to get to your server or also to your email server. So this could also be an email server. An email server for example.com. So you can see why you need a DNS server. Now if we go back and look at this little graph I made, you can see where it makes sense now. So here you're asking for address. If it has it, it sends it back. If it doesn't, it may ask up the line and get it back. If it doesn't know, it finally goes to the root name server of the internet, and it says, hey, here is the authoritative DNS server, go ask it, and it goes and asks it. So now you could set up your own domain name server. I happen to have one at home because I'm a geek and a dweeb, but you don't want to, not for most things. Even I don't use it for most of my stuff. I use it for some odds and ends. But what you can do is you can actually go use, Amazon Web Services you can pay for a domain name server there. Now they really have a big domain name service, and you just say, hey, I want to make you authoritative for my domain name, and I'll tell you how to route things around. So that's the next thing we're going to do, is actually set that up in Amazon Web Services. Okay, before I set up my name server, I need to go I got an email when I registered my DNS, my domain name. Basically, they want to confirm that the email I gave them is valid. So make sure you validate that. Otherwise, it looks like they will put that domain name back in the pool. So you want to confirm that. So in my case, they sent me this email here, and all I need to do is click on it and confirm it. So make sure you do that. Okay. Contact is validated. Perfect. Okay, now on to setting up a name server, or you need a DNS server, and that's going to be on your domain. You're going to say what your name server is. That's going to be your authoritative DNS server. Now it turns out they kind of did that for you. So it's kind of convenient, Amazon Web Services. I've been using GoDaddy, and I would set up my name servers, and I would set the DNS at Amazon Web Services Route 53. But it turns out if you buy your domain name there, you don't have to go through that rigmarole. Oh, and also, just to keep everyone feeling better, when you bought that domain name, you didn't buy it necessarily exactly through Amazon Web Services. You own it. So if Amazon Web Services 2 years from now doesn't work out for you, you can move your domain name to another domain name. So I could, a Registar, I guess. So I could move this from Amazon Web Services to GoDaddy 2 years from now if I wanted to. But I don't want to right now. So anyway, so here we are, Amazon Web Services. I go down to Route 53. And you can see there's I got your back like a .ninja. So now I want to make sure I have my domain name servers. It turns out they kind of just did that for you. So I can go down here and click on Hosted Zones. Now this is where I would go if I wanted for them to be my domain name services, my domain name server. So if I owned JoeBlow at .com, if I owned JoeBlow.com and I had it at GoDaddy, I could come over here and say create a hosted zone, do the rigmarole, and get this to be my authoritative DNS server. But it turns out they already kind of did that for us. So here's your got your back like a .ninja. So they already set up, when we registered for it, it already set it up. So that's kind of convenient. Now the thing to know is they do charge you, but it's dirt cheap. It's like 50 cents a month ongoing. And if you get over 25 domain names, it goes down to 10 cents a month. I can't see many of us doing that, but 50 cents a month, $6 a year for them to handle all your domain traffic. And, I think they do charge you beyond that a little bit, but that's only going to be if you're getting like crazy numbers of hits. Like all of a sudden you're Google or something like that. But even then, the cost is very, very low. But anyway, you're probably going to be charged 50 cents per domain name. And that's probably going to be it. So now what you would do is you would click on this. And so it's already set up right now. So it says what the name services are. And these are the Amazon name servers in different locations. And from here, I can create a record. We're not going to do it right now because we're going to want to create an email record. Well, let me fiddle with this. So I can click create record. And since I own got your back like a .ninja, I could put in www. That's the subdomain. And I could say it's an IPv4 address. And I could give it a value. I'm going to make up a value that's not true. So I can say 127.0.0.1. It's not a real one. And I could say, okay, how here's this TTL. This is important when you're doing stuff like this. How long is that value valid? So what if I set this up like this right now and I hit create, which it shouldn't let me because that value is not, well, it might let me. Yeah, I think it would let you. Well, let me do that. Let me do www2, got your back like a .ninja, and I'll say 127001, which should be your home address. You'd never usually want to do this. But then if I ask for that address, www2, it would shoot back this value. And as it shoots back that value, it also has a timer on it that says, hey, that value is good for, in this case, 300 seconds. Now, that's what those caches use. So if I ask for this and it gives me 300 seconds, it'll give it to me. And if I ask for it 150 seconds later, I'm allowed to have cached that. I don't have to go back to the name server. So I can keep reusing the address that I have, even though it could change up the line. But then after 300 seconds, the cache invalidates, and I have to go back to get whatever the new address may be. It may be the same thing. This is important to know, because if I come here and say 1 day, and someone grabs that address, and I want to change it in the middle of the day, that guy who grabbed that address, and at first, he's going to keep getting the same address for all day until the day ends, and then he'll get the new address. The good news is the longer you make that, the less calls you get to your name server. But the shorter you make, but then you have to wait for updates. But the shorter you make it, the more calls you get because they keep invalidating. But you can change things. You know, so a good thing I usually do, you might do an hour. You might do, what? Oftentimes I do 15 minutes. Seems fine enough. So I could hit, this probably would work, wouldn't it? I hit create. It'll probably create it. Yeah, 127.00.1. Oh. Okay. Let me pause this for a second and do a real quick test. Okay, test works. Now, you don't need to do this unless you're a dweeby guy. But you can go install a program called Dig. I'm doing command line, which may be beyond some of you guys who are doing this. Don't worry about this. I'm just doing this to show you that it actually worked. So Dig is a tool that can actually go look up that address. So I can go look up www2, got your back like a .ninja. And I can hit enter. Well, I can do plus short. And so what that'll do, it'll return the address, and it returns 127.00.1. But if I do 3, which I don't have a 3, returns nothing. But if let me do the 2 and remove the short, this will give us more information. But now if I look at this, I know most of you may not know how to read this, but I'll get my brain back onto this. Okay. So here's our name servers, there's our address, and right here you see that 827. Let me do a grep on that. 7.1. So we see that, now we can just see that one line. And so you see that 803? What that is, that's our cache. So it said, hey, that was good for 900 seconds. Now it's counting down. 791, 788. And if I go over here and I change it to that and save the record, so now it's 2. It's no longer a 1. If I go over here and I try to get it again, it's still giving me 127.00.1 because I've cached that information. And I won't get 127.00.2 until this time runs out. So you can see where that time might be important. But usually you're not moving things around, especially things that exist. So anyway, so that's that. So you can see how you can add those. Now, I'll be doing some more here in a minute because what we're going to want to do is we're going to create where's your mail? There, a mail exchange. And that's a little different. But that we could refer to sites, but we have to refer to whoever's going to do our mail. So we need to go sign up for something, see what their setup is, and then set up our DNS records to reflect what they want. So next will be sign up and send up email. Okay, now that I have controlled my domain name server, which actually turned out it was there to begin with, I need to choose who's going to be my email provider. And here's the nice thing. I can choose whoever I want. Get it set up, pay them, get it working. And then if I don't like their service or their price goes up or I find a better solution, I can change and keep my email address because I own the domain name. It's my domain name. So I'm just using them as a service. The one I looked around a little bit. I didn't do exhaustive research. But the one I liked after, poking around looked like Rackspace. I kind of actually, Gmail seems a little bit better, but it costs a little bit more. And there were a few things that Rackspace seemed to do, but anyway, I chose Rackspace, which seems to be about $2 per user per month. And I should say $2 per mailbox per month, because I think you can actually have multiple email addresses in the same email box. I need to figure that out. Most of you won't be concerned about that. I am, because I'm thinking about bringing my other email into here. But for right now, everything in here is going to be just for gotyourbacklikeaninja.com emails. So anyway, let me sign up for it. So the pricing is $2 per user per month. So for us, it's going to be $8. However, looking into it, they only do their minimum order is $10. So I'm going to have to order an extra email address. So it'll be $5. So it'll be $10 a month for the family. Not bad. There might be cheaper options out there. I don't know. But for us, looks okay. So I am going to, I might as well begin the free trial, right? So let me click begin free trial. And what I want for me, I'm not using Microsoft Exchange. Now, if you use Microsoft Exchange, like let's say you use the client, you like the client, you can download your email, and that works fine. This is for an Exchange server, which if you don't know what that is, you don't want it. What you probably just want is a Rackspace email. That's all you want. And you set up how many email accounts you want. So I really want 4, but I have to have 5. So, not 45. I want 5. So I got 5, $10 a month. Let's click next step. Create a username. Okay, I'll create one. Oh, let me see. Let's do PJ. Let's try that. And then we'll do got your back like a .ninja. Okay, I own this domain. There you go. So you put in your domain name there and say I own this domain and use a valid email address. Okay, so I'll use my current email address, so I'll make sure I can get that. Then put in a password. Now, I'm sure this password is probably for an administrative user. It's probably not for the email accounts. So this is for your admin user. Which is also a good point, because in this scenario, I'm the admin, so I control my kids' accounts. I control all the accounts. I can see what they've read if I want to. I can change their passwords. I can lock them out. I can open them. So you have all authority. Anyway, now I gotta do all this silly stuff. All these silly things. Okay, so put all the information in there and click next step. Company's organization. I guess I'll just use my main company name here. Get all your address in there. Okay, I guess get your phone number in there too. Okay, click next step. And now I gotta put my credit card information here. So I think I'll pause on this one because I don't want to even bother recording that information. Okay, I have all this information filled out, so now I just click create my account. We'll see what it does. It should give us some information on how to set up our domain name server, probably. Yeah, I don't save my password. Welcome to the Rackspace family. Okay, I guess I should have an email. So let me go check out my email. Okay, one thing I didn't notice here, it says it may take one day to provision your account. I was waiting for an email from them, and I did get one. So let me go read their email. And I was expecting some confirmation thing, so I kind of skipped over this. I didn't get a confirmation email. I got this email, which I guess I need to go call in. And so there's their toll-free number. So I need to call them and give them my billing address, phone number, email address, company name. I guess I have to do that. Okay. They're available 24/7. So I'm going to go give them a call. Okay, so I'm going to give them a call. And I'm going to give them a call using Skype. Most people don't realize you can call phone numbers on Skype. And most people don't realize with the free version of Skype, you can call 1-800 numbers for no charge. So as long as they have a 1-800 number, you can actually call them on Skype. And I like to do that just for the convenience, so I can be hands-free and not think about it. So I'm going to call them 888-850-3994 and see what they say.
Thank you for calling Rackspace Cloud Office, where we now offer our award-winning fanatical support on Office 365 and Google Apps. Be sure to ask us for more information today.
They call Rackspace Cloud Office. This is John.
Yeah, I'm trying to set up some email boxes at Rackspace, and I got this. I signed up for it, put my account number and all that stuff in, a credit card, and then I got an email back saying to call you and give you more information, I guess.
Okay. I can take a look at that. One moment. What was the domain that you signed up with?
It is I got your back like a .ninja. So it is the .ninja domain name at the end.
And were you signing up and are you in a different state right now?
I'm in Colorado. Oh, my phone. I'm calling through Skype. Sorry, it comes out on it. Looks like I'm in California, but I'm actually in Colorado. If that's what you mean.
Okay. Yeah, no, everything looks good. It looked like it is being signed up for in a different state. So yeah, everything looks good, sir. Let me go and get you pushed through. You should be a welcome email about the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, perfect. So then I can start going at it, right? Perfect. Thank you.
Start creating mailboxes. All right, sir.
Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
You have a great day.
You too. Bye. Well, that was really easy. Maybe it would have been automated, but maybe I did something strange or didn't put Colorado in. I don't know. But anyway, it's nice to call customer service and talk to someone without a thick accent. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way, but when you're offshoring all your help desk stuff, I'm getting older, I'm getting deafer, and when you have a thick accent, boy, it's hard to understand you. And it's nice when people can hire good people and you can understand them. And boy, that was fantastic. A lot more companies are starting to onshore their help desk because people are getting frustrated when you have people who are offshore. And you can be offshore and have a great accent. If you can pull that off, fantastic. Got no problem with that. But if you have a real thick accent, and I'm going deaf, it's hard to understand you. But anyway, I think we're good to go. We just got to wait 10 or 15 minutes and get an email, and then I can actually, hopefully, open up some email accounts. It'll be cool. Okay, I got an email from them. So only a few minutes later, I got it. Looks good. I got this 14-day trial, so they'll start charging me on the 13th of June. So $10 a month, no DNS fee. Looks all fine to me. So it looks like I should be able to log in now. So now if I go back to Rackspace, and let me go over, I'll leave that one open. So I'll just go to email web hosting. Okay, I'll just go to here, the email web hosting. And I should be able to log in to I'll go to the email admin login. That makes sense to me. Because I'm the admin, I want to set up the different sites. And so, let's see. What did I do? Hey, let me in. Perfect. So I'll say never. Welcome. Let's make sure the right people have access to your account. So, do you have a technical contact who needs to be an administrator? I'm the administrator, so I don't think I need to add any more unless I really want to. It makes sense if you're a company. Like, hey, I set the account up. I'm the owner of the company, but I'll make another administrator who has administrative privileges. I don't want to, so because I am the admin. Okay, so I think these are my. Okay. Oh, steps 1, 2. Okay, I'm fine. Click next. Let's create some mailboxes. Okay, let's add Rackspace email boxes. So I want to add 4 in here. General, first name. Okay, let's just, we'll go add one. I'll come back and add some more later, but I'll just add one for myself as an example. So, add Patrick, Bailey, display name, sure, username, Batman. And then I can set some passwords. Now, if I was to set it for someone else, I might make a generic default password, and there's probably a way to say change your. Well, I'm sure you can log in and change your password. So, okay, we checked out, and I have a 25 gig space in there. It's pretty nice. So I'll click save, and I should have made my user. Cool, I think. And set up instructions. Now let's help this user get set up. We were making all users belong to the webmail. Okay, so I'll say never, but I'll come down here and click on apps.rackspace.com. That should be their generic email, I guess. So I'll go open that. And there I am at apps.rackspace.com. And I can put my email address in here. So I could say patmandenver@gotyourback like a .ninja. And then log in. And they'll probably just be using the webmail version, so that's fine. So we log in, and there I go. I have email. Never get locked out again. That might be important. Well, I'll skip it for now. Usually you can put a phone number in here, and I'll probably do it later. It's probably a good idea to do that. And then they will send you a text message. You'll enter that information in. So just in case you lose your information, they can get you back in. Okay, so there we go. We have our email. So I got email, I got contacts, I got a calendar. That's nice. I guess apparently I have a chat. Oh, I can chat. I don't want to right now. I'll just block that. Okay, but calendar is important. I got tasks. I guess I can write some notes. But mainly, I want email. So let me compose an email. I'll send an email to my other account. And I'll just send it. Yeah, the interface looks nice enough. Let me see over here. There's my name. I can click on here. I can see my quota. I can change my settings. I think they have an iPhone app yeah. They got mobile apps. They should. I'm not going to do that in this tutorial, but if they have mobile apps, make your life easy. So let me go back over here and see if I have it. There we go. And got your back like a .ninja. Email works. Perfect. So let me go back. I'll add the other emails later. Now I could do that here. I could say, I think. There's more settings here. I'm not going to deal with it right now. Yeah, there's all the pop inbox. Okay, I'm not going to deal with that today. So I'll just say, I'll click save. And is it going to let me add another user? Probably. Okay, I could go add another mailbox here. But I'm not going to right now. So I'll say, okay, I'm done with that. I'll click next. Are you migrating? I'm not. So they probably have some tools to pull your stuff in. I don't want to do that. Configure domain settings. Here's what we want. Because I guess they're kind of faking it, aren't they? Yeah, they could send an email out, but not. I can't. If I tried to send an email to them right now, it should fail. Because if I send an email out, I can claim to be whoever I want to be. I could say joeblow@whitehouse.gov. And the email would go out, but all the other servers would reject it. But this one happened to get through because it's respected. But I need to go change my MX record on my DNS server so that'll work. But let me pause right here because I got a phone call, and I'll come back and do that. Okay, let me back up 1 second. The way the email protocol works, I don't know it all in detail, but I can send an email out from anybody. joeblow@whitehouse.com. I can send an email from, Bill Gates at windows.com or windows95.com or microsoft.com. But just because I can send it out, I can send you but it's equivalent to sending a letter out. Like I could send you a physical letter, and up in the address form, I could say from Bill Gates, and I could put Bill Gates' address in there. It has no meaning. Because actually, if you probably kind of similar thought, if you send something through the post, when someone stamps that, they would stamp it in my local address, and so you'd actually know from that stamp where it traveled through, and you'd know that wasn't from Bill Gates. A similar thing happens in the email system. So all these email systems are talking to each other, and they have to trust each other. And so if I try to send something from Bill Gates, and I'm not Bill Gates, it will just kind of go, oh, that's totally not Bill Gates, and just reject it. So it's kind of, these are trusted servers, Rackspace. So it was able to send that gotyourback.ninja.com out, even though it doesn't have authority to receive that yet. So if I went to send that email, if I responded to that email that I just got, it would just kind of go away. It'd just go into the ether. So I need to change my DNS record so that when you ask the authoritative server for gotyourback.ninja, it says, oh, the email server for me is here. And so that's what I need to go do. So let me go set that up right now. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so if I click on this, they should probably show me what MX records they want put in to my DNS. MX is for mail exchange, I believe. So you just click on this, and hopefully it'll give you this generic mail exchange thing you need to add. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go down here. MX records. There we go. Our DNS servers, hostname blank. Okay, there's the information. There's the destination right there. So let me pull that out. And then let me go over back to my Route 53, log into your Amazon Web Services, go to your hosted zones, go to the gotyourback.ninja. Let me see. Let me click on hosted zones, gotyourback.ninja, or whatever, of course, yours is. And I want to create a record. So I'm going to go click create a record. And then over here, I'm going to say MX record, mail exchange. And I shouldn't need to put a domain name here. I can do a blank or an @ I'll just leave it blank. And alias, no. I'm not going to change this very often, but I'll put it up to an hour. I think that's good. And then I have to give it a destination. And if I look over here, they have the destination as this guy, mx1emailserver.com. Now that's their email server, since I'm paying for them and they're handling my email on my behalf. If I ever get upset with them, I can transfer to someone else and keep my domain name. Routing. Oh, we want weighted. Simple routing. We want a failover. There we go. Primary. Do you want to do that? Usually you can do a priority, but they're saying weighted. Okay, set ID. Route 53 responsive queries based on weighting that you specify and other record set that have the same name and type. Oh, same name and type. Okay, that makes sense. They're making it a little more complex. So I'll give it a weight of 10, and I'll just call it email. Right? Because what they're doing is I need to set up more than one email server, just in case the first one's down, they route it to the second one. But they want to give it a weight so they know which one to go to, attempt to use first. And so I'll give this one a weight of 10, and I'll say email, and I think that should work. So I'll say, could not be saved because record set could not be saved because the value field. Okay, the value field is wrong. Oh, wait, okay, no, there I did it wrong. There we go, let me go back to simple. Now you can see down here, they gave me an example. Dun, dun, dun. There's the number I should use. So I can say 10, and I'll copy that server address again. And you should put a dot at the end. That's important. That should be right. Set a priority. Oh, wait, no. I can do more than one, can't I? Yes. So I can do the... okay, there we go. I can do that, I think. So I'll put the second server in here. Which I forgot the M. Okay. There's the second server. And so they give it a weight of 20, so it kind of does that. And that should do it. Okay, let me create that. Okay, so now those would be routed there. But they also need to discover me. So they want to... Okay, auto-discover. To enable auto-discover, type a canonical name. Hostname, .com. Lowest possible. Okay, so... I don't know if I need to set that up or not, but I can go, I think I do, but I can go back to here and I can test it. And it's probably going to reject me. Oh, they're correct. Okay, never mind. I don't need to test that. It's properly configured. Cool. So click next. That was a little easier than I thought. Set up your desktop and mobile email clients. Okay, I'm not going to do this, but if I used Outlook, which I do for work, I could go down to Outlook and set it up to grab the emails out of here and pull them down. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the webmail account that they gave us. I like using it. It's fine. But if I ever have a need to pull emails down, I can. But if I wanted to, I'm sure you can click on here, and I bet you they give you guided information. But I don't. I'm done. So let me click done. Was this helpful? That was super helpful. I'm going to say, very helpful intro. So you can see so far, I haven't done any miracles. I haven't hacked the system and done all this weird stuff. It's not that bad. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to get this set up the first time. Now, if this is all you're going to do, simplicity, it's not too bad. You want to do some more advanced stuff? Sure, you can get crazy with it. But just having it refer to this email server, not too bad. So now I'm done. So, done. Let me go to a section. Go to domains. Rackspace email. There we go. Go to Rackspace email. And now I can go to email accounts. I'm trying to think where I would go back to handle all this. There we go. So I would log in, go to email account, and I can go add more mailboxes. There we go. And probably set up aliases and do all that jazz, which I'm not going to do this minute. Cool. But let me do a test. So I have my email. I logged in as myself. Not over here, not over here. There we go. I'm logged in my email over here. And I sent an email out. Let me see if I can receive an email. So here I am on my Gmail account. And let me reply. Nice email name. Let's see if it gets there. And there's my inbox, and I can check my email. There it is. Worked. You are officially done. Cool. That's all you need to do. So now I have email set up for Got Your Back Like a .ninja. I just need to add my accounts for my kids. I want to see what names they want to use, so I'll get that figured out later. So in all, not too bad a process. Pretty cool. Well, anyway, I hope that helps someone out there. And good job, Rackspace. Not too bad a process. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a like. To subscribe, just click the subscribe button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter under the handle @whiteboardcoder.com. View any code I may have thrown up as a gist at GitHub under the username PatmanDenver, or check out my blog site at whiteboardcoder.com.